What is up, you guys? It is Blake, B Nasty, Blake Smells, Indigo Lulls, and we are back with a new video. It's been, I think, like 11 months or so since I did a pickups video, so I wanted to show you guys everything I bought. I've actually been selling off a lot of the clothes that I've been wearing for like the last 3 to 5 years. So a lot of the stuff from like engineered garments, similar brands to that took a lot of cues from like Workwear and Monitaly. I just kind of felt like a little limited by how I could express myself because I had spent so much money and had so many different pieces from those brands that it felt like every new piece I bought had to like kind of fit into that. Otherwise, I just wouldn't get a lot of wear out of it. So I've basically been trying to do like a clean slate approach and just start over my wardrobe and allow me to have a little bit more freedom and creativity in what I decide to pick up. And that's been really fun. I think the North Star I'm trying to head towards is basically stuff that's kind of whimsical and modern is definitely a big piece of it as well, and just allows me to express myself in the way I want to. As someone that's a little bit shy but still pretty lighthearted and quirky at times, I think having clothes that help me express that is why I'm kind of gravitating towards the things that I do. So anyways, I have some stuff from brands that I've never really talked about on the channel before, and some that are from brands that you guys are probably familiar with. So excited to show you guys. First up, if you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely seen me post some on my story wearing this jacket. This is from the LA-based label Second Layer. They take a lot of inspiration from like Southern California, Mexican American, like Chicano, kind of cool guy type of culture. And so when I saw this, I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for. I wanted a leather jacket for several years, but for whatever reason, I was just like, oh, I don't know if I could pull off a leather jacket. But when I saw this, I was like, it's minimal enough that it can really kind of blend across a variety of different styles and ways of dressing. But it also had kind of this distinct attitude and personality about it that I really liked. It didn't just feel kind of like blah, you know what I mean? So it has these kind of cinches at the back, which are probably the one thing that I would kind of take off if I could to make it just a little bit more streamlined. But other than that, you have just chest pocket, 2 hip pockets, pointed collar, zipper up and down, and on the sleeves as well. And overall, just like a beautiful jacket. And I know people always say in pickups videos like, oh, I've been wearing this a ton, but without exaggeration, since I got this in September, I've probably worn it over 100 times. So it really is one of those jackets that I've been wearing like probably too much. Like I have to make a conscious decision to like, oh, I should rotate my jackets. Like I wore this yesterday, so I should wear a different one today. But super excited about this. This has been a great purchase. So really big fan of Second Layer. If you guys haven't checked them out, I would definitely recommend it. Next, we have this shirt from Sky High Farm Workwear and Comme des Garçons shirt. Got this from Dover Street Market in Los Angeles, size small. And just really cool. It's like a blue striped shirt, which is pretty classic, but as Comme des Garçons and Sky High do, they kind of subvert that with this like red and yellow tie-dye to it, which I thought was really cool. And then on the back, they talk about how they donate the proceeds to the charity, which I thought was very streetwear-esque and something that I hadn't historically had in my wardrobe. It pushed me a little bit outside of my comfort zone, which is what I was looking for. So I like it because you can wear a jacket over it and it just looks like a pretty classic button-up, but if someone pays a bit closer attention, they can see there's a little bit of pizzazz there that otherwise isn't as detectable. Then obviously if you wear it just as a standalone, it's got some attitude behind it, which I definitely appreciate. Next up, I have this awesome shirt from Stussy, just a short sleeve button-up shirt in a viscose fabric, which honestly is kind of a pain in the butt because if you guys don't know, viscose you can't wash, you're supposed to dry clean it. So for a shirt like this is pretty casual. It's a little tedious to have to dry clean it, but for the price point, I think, you know, it's something that we can sacrifice. But really just got this because I love the yellow, pink, and orange vibrant colors behind it, and I sized up to a medium. Size small fit good, but I just want something a little bit more loose and flowy. So you can wear it open or you can wear it closed, and it just looks nice overall. But yeah, very cool shirt. First time getting anything from Stussy. Can definitely see why people love the brand and interested to see some more from them in the future. Continuing with the strawberry motif, have this black t-shirt from JW Anderson with just an embroidered strawberry and the JWA on it in green, which again kind of pops like the strawberry. And overall, it's just like a really nice, classic fitting black t-shirt, very luxurious, high quality feel to it. Found it from a store for like 60 bucks, and I said, sounds good to me, and so I copped it. I tend to wear it like under a jacket and just kind of treat it like a plain black t-shirt, but again, in typical Blake fashion, it has to have a little pizzazz to it, or else I'm not as into it. The retail prices on these t-shirts are 200 bucks, which again, I think is a little bit much for what you get, but I do see them go on sale on a lot of different sites, so if you see one that you like, it's definitely worth picking up. Now we have a white t-shirt from the brand Lotan, which is a New York-based brand by the Israeli designer of the same name. And I had actually never heard of them before, but I was on the hunt for the perfect white t-shirt. And you guys, there's such a rabbit hole that you can go down looking for like the perfect white or black t-shirt. For me, I wanted something that had a cropped and flowy fit, but wasn't like so sheer that you could see through it. Like I wanted something that had a little bit of weight to it, but was still summer appropriate. So I know the checklist was just growing. And I saw this on Essence, and the retail price was pretty steep, but they ended up going on sale and got it for 85 bucks, which I thought was a very fair price for a very nice quality t-shirt. So been very happy to have this and kind of wear it with a variety of different looks. So next up, I bought a few pairs of pants, and I agree wholeheartedly with John Mayer when he said, you build your outfits from the pants out. Meaning the pants set the vibe of the entire outfit, and then everything else just complements that. So I wanted to find a nice pair of jeans that had kind of a more modern feel to them. And I found this awesome pair from the New York-based brand Commission, which they take a lot of references from streetwear and sportswear and modern workplace and combine it all together in this very hip, fashion-forward way that I really appreciate. So what really drew me to these jeans more than anything was just the wash on the denim was really beautiful, and the cut on them was relaxed without being sloppy or overly baggy, and I just really like what they're doing. One kind of interesting quirk about the jeans is the back has this like elevated waistband, which in my experience tends to kind of peek over your underwear, and so you kind of feel it throughout the day when you're sitting or walking, which takes a little bit of getting used to, but you know, it's definitely not the end of the world, and still a very cool pair of jeans. Next up, I have a pair of trousers from a brand that I was interested in and appreciated from afar for a couple of years, but always thought it was gonna be a little too expensive or it just wouldn't fit in with a lot of the other stuff I had, so I was always hesitant to buy something. But when I saw these trousers, I loved how simple yet elegant they were, but also had this real air of like wearability about them that kind of reminded me of Evan Kenori in a way, but maybe just a little bit more fashion-y. So it's these tropical wool trousers from Marni that are super light and breathable, but also have just this elegance about them that I really appreciate. Pretty minimal detailings overall. The pockets have these little triangular stitching along them that is kind of reminiscent of Western wear. And it also comes with this like shoelace belt as well, which again helps to kind of just make it more casual and play down the look. But overall, just a really beautiful, nice fitting pair of trousers that looks great with a button up or just a t-shirt and a pair of Vans. So super happy with these. Backstory before I show these other pants. A month after my daughter was born, my parents came to visit, and I have these Our Legacy jeans that have like these drawings on them, like very streetwear-esque. And I remember my mom looked at me and she was like, "Do you like those jeans?" And I laugh so much at it now because it's like, why would I be wearing them if I didn't like them, you know? But it was just a very polite way from her to be like, you know, I hate those essentially. But for me, it's kind of funny, but also a cool moment because it was like one of those times where I realized that for so much of my adolescence and early adulthood, I really cared about like what my parents or peers thought about pretty much every aspect of my life. So to finally have a feeling of confidence and knowing what I like and how I want to wear clothes and not really being affected by someone as important as my mom disapproving was a cool moment for me. And so these pants, in my opinion, are even more out there than those Our Legacy ones. So having that confidence to wear them, it's just kind of a cool little thing for me to know. So these are from Mon Italy. They are a pink and yellow tie-dye carpenter style pant. If you don't know Mon Italy, it's an LA-based brand from a Japanese-American designer. Very whimsical, fun clothes, very similar to engineered garments. I would say they take a bit of a more literal kind of translation of like vintage Americana, and then they tend to make it like a bit more of like a colorful twist. If I had to give like my 15-second analysis of the brand. But overall, really cool pants. I sized up on them, so they have this nice kind of baggy fit to them. And they are a bit unwieldy to wear. I typically would just wear them with like a white t-shirt, or also that Stussy or CDG shirt button-up that I showed earlier in the video look really good with them as well. But yeah, they're just they're pants that just kind of take over an outfit, but in a really fun way, so I've enjoyed having them. Last up, we have these Paco pants from Story MFG. And I really like these because typically the pants Story MFG makes are like cargo pants, where they have a lot of pockets and detailing on them. So I liked how these were more minimal while still having that generous wide fit that Story MFG is known for. Because one of the things I think about a lot is, could I wear this to the office? And I have a very casual workplace, but I just have to think about like how my boss or my boss's boss would kind of view me. Like, would they see me as someone that could be a leader? And just kind of things like that. Like, I don't want like my clothing decisions to impede my career advancement. Something I'm still kind of mindful of, but I think these kind of teeter the line between being like almost too casual, but like not to the point where they raise red flags that I can kind of slip them in some of the work outfits that I have. And yeah, pretty cool pants. One thing I will say is they have drawstrings at both the waistline and the hem. And after washing them, I've noticed they've gotten a bit thinner or a little more brittle. And actually at the hem, one of the drawstrings snapped or broke. And so a little disappointing considering how expensive Story MFG pants are. But other than that, I'd say they've been really good to me. So this next thing I had seen online for the last several years and always wanted to try them on, but I just never had a store that near me that had them or the opportunity. So I went to New York City a few months ago and went to the Bodhi store and tried on their house slippers. And originally I was thinking I would just get like the plain black version. I liked them, they were simple and elegant, but the sales associate actually had on the one with the gold appliques on them. And typically I think like if I hadn't gone through this kind of transformation of like retooling my wardrobe, I think I wouldn't have gone for them. But I said, you know, if I'm gonna buy these shoes from Bodhi, I should really lean into like what makes the brand distinctively Bodhi. And I think those gold appliques are really what differentiates the shoes from all of the other black loafers that are out there. I love the low profile and then the way that the tongue kind of comes in to reveal some of your foot. So if you're wearing it sockless, you can see some of your foot peeking out. It's just another layer of texture and color. And just really cool overall. It's just the shoes, I get tons of compliments from these. A lot of women love them. A lot of men are like, what are those? Because they, I don't know, they kind of have like almost like a ballerina flat type of look to them. Like I don't think a lot of loafers have this type of silhouette. And so they're definitely a conversation starter. The one downside I would say is because the vamp or like the tongue is relatively low and I have a thick foot, I can't really wear socks with them. So I've just been doing sockless every time. And as it's starting to get warmer out, my feet are starting to sweat more and it's just causing some heel slippage that ultimately resulted in a blister the most recent time I wore them. Overall, really, really solid shoe, so great job to Bodhi. All right, lastly, we'll do some accessories real quick. I got some sunglasses from Marni. I thought the case they came in here, this blue, orange, and yellow was really cool. And I was looking for some sunglasses that had like a really square, strong frame to them. So when I saw these, I said, oh yeah, those check all the boxes. And I like how they have some of like the gold detailing, but other than that, it's pretty minimal, all black styling overall. And just some really nice acetate sunglasses. I didn't want the lenses to be too big either, but I also didn't want like the super small, like fashion lenses. So I thought these really hit a lot of the boxes that I was looking for, and I've been really happy to have these. Lastly, got some sunglasses from the Japanese brand Gentle Monster. And I'd seen these in a store in Vancouver called Road and Grey, and I wasn't planning to buy anything, but when I saw them, I just gravitated towards them. I just really enjoyed them. So they have these like orangish clear lenses, so I like that you can still see your eyes when you're wearing them. It feels a little bit more appropriate to wear them indoors versus like a black sunglass where people can't see. And I don't know, it just feels less douchey in my opinion. You just kind of look more like kind of an artsy person. And I like kind of the green undertones as well of the frames themselves. I didn't really notice it at the time, but it's kind of this like bone-ish, like green color. I don't know, it's a very interesting looking color that I think complements my skin tone very well. So I've been wearing these quite a bit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Tried to give a little bit more explanation behind the purchases or what I appreciate about them or the thought process. I feel like, sometimes pickup videos can kind of come off as flexing. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. I have some more videos lined up in the next few weeks, so be on the lookout for those, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.